Theresa May's Tories are paying a private smear factory staffed by senior former party officials to dig up dirt on Labour, the Mirror has been told. Senior Tory sources said the party has engaged the services of UK Policy Group, a private dark arts firm, to carry out opposition research. UK Policy Group is the UK arm of the notorious American political attack organisation, which has worked for Donald Trump's administration and has aggressively targeted his critics. Two former number 10 officials are advising the firm. Employees of the company dig into the personal histories, online videos and posts of Labour candidates, collecting dossiers to be handed to the Tory Party, according to sources. It's understood information is then handed to right-wing websites and newspapers to back up negative articles. The Conservative Party failed to respond to 6 calls and an email inviting them to comment. UK Policy Group claimed the decline to comment. Outsourcing Opposition Research UK Vice President Andrew Goodfellow, who was the Conservative Party's Director of Policy and Research, Image, policy.co.uk, it's believed to be the first time a major British political party has been accused of outsourcing its attack research to a private company, a tactic frequently used in US elections. A string of former Tory high flyers now work for the firm, which was launched in London last January, including former number 10 staffists and ex-party researchers. The firm's UK vice president is Andrew Goodfellow, a super sleuth who was formerly the Conservative Party's Director of Policy and Research. Mr. Goodfellow did not respond to a request for comment. Staff working out of the firm's plush Victoria Street offices, just a stone's throw from Westminster, also include the Tory party's former head of media monitoring and a former member of George Osborne's communications team. No basalt on Victoria Street, which is home to UK Policy Group's London office. Image www.alamy.com. Official documents reveal David Cameron's former Director of Strategy, Amit Gill, was given permission by parliamentary authorities to accept a contract advising the firm through his political strategy company Hanbury Strategy. Chris Brannigan, Theresa May's former Director of Government Relations, is a member of the group's advisory board, though he told the Mirror his role does not involve carrying out opposition research. He said, "I advise them on the strategic political scene and interpretation of political activities." Dalston, a senior Tory source told the Mirror, "It isn't surprising that under Theresa May the party has to outsource its ideas." Links to Donald Trump and Republican attack machine. UK Policy Group is the London branch of the Finance Public Affairs, an elite American opposition research firm set up by two senior Republicans, Matt Rose, who ran Mitt Romney's 2012 bid for the White House, and Joe Pounder, the former head of research for the Republican Party. Mr. Rhodes and Mr. Pounder were also founders of America Rising, a notorious political action committee which solely exists to attack Democrats and opponents of Donald Trump. Last year, lawyers working with America Rising embarked on a witch hunt of U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, employees who had criticized Donald Trump or his EPA director Scott Bruen, according to the New York Times. The lawyers requested copies of all emails sent by staff mentioning the president or Bruen, sending away the fear through the staff that they faced public retribution for speaking out against the Trump administration's watering down of environmental protections. This is a witch hunt against EPA employees who are only trying to protect human health and the environment, Gary Morton, an EPA employee in Philadelphia told the New York Times in December. Raj Shah, a co-founder of America Rising LLC, joined the Trump White House as Deputy Assistant to the President and Deputy Communications Director and Research Director in January 2017. And Trump's special counsel, and on informally providing legal services to America Rising. When UK Policy Group was first founded in January 2017, it was registered with Companies House under the name UK Rising Limited, according to official documents. Mr. Pounder boasted to Time magazine in 2016 that their file on Hillary Clinton ran to over 7,000 pages of distilled research and more than 10,000 videos. Their tactics are said to include sending dozens of trackers to follow Democratic candidates and politicians around with video cameras in the hope of capturing unflattering footage. In 2015 alone, their operatives reportedly attended around 3,500 Democratic Party events. Campaign-style research dossiers. UK Policy Group's website boasts of their ability to create campaign-style research dossiers, providing a comprehensive, detailed analysis of publicly available information on our target's record, background and views. It adds, offering unparalleled depth of research, we also package the key insights into top hits that can be used by your communications team to inform their media strategies. Other services on offer include war room media monitoring and self-vetting to help parties find vulnerabilities in their own candidates' histories. Ian Lavery MP, Labour Party chair, said, "I'm disappointed but not surprised to hear that in an attempt to deflect from their total lack of direction and policy, the Tories are reduced to digging low and dragging British politics through the gutter, in the desperate hope that they may find some salacious morsel." This kind of base mudslinging has no place in British democratic debate, and deflects from the real issues facing people today. It is time that Theresa may stop spending money and effort on these tactics and focuses on policies to improve the lives of those who have suffered because of her government's heartless policies. Former Lib Dem leader and Best for Britain champion Tim Farron said, "The Conservative Party are notorious for throwing smears and muck around at people." This murky UK Policy Group, stuffed to gills with ex-advisors, are doing the dirty work for Tory HQ now. It sounds like the smear factory has been outsourced, but you know the Tories, they will privatize anything. In October 2017, historic online posts by Jared Omar were exposed by a right-wing blog, which included sexist and homophobic jokes posted in the mid-2000s. Days later, Mr. Goodfellow wrote for website Reaction, saying Omar had been a victim of his own stupidity, but suggesting both Labour and the rival Lib Dem should have bothered to do some due diligence on Mr. Omar before the election.